Hey there, YouTube. How's it going? Coming at you just really quickly in my car here. It is September 20th today, and I am 10 months and 2 weeks on T, and I can't think of off the top of my head how many weeks that is right now, but yeah, I'll put that in the description. Anyways, I am just coming back from getting groceries, and I just don't have a lot of time today, but I wanted to make a video because I didn't make one last weekend. So, yes, sorry, there's lots going on. I just got done volunteering for 2 days at the Why Christian conference, which was held, or it was like created and generally orchestrated by Nadia Boltz-Weber and Rachel Held Evans, here in Minneapolis, and it was amazing. Oh, good, somebody just pulled up behind me. Anyway, it was awesome, and I am exhausted. It was really cool. We had speakers from all over the place. We had people from, like, all over the U.S. came, and it was great. Like, pastors and educators and writers, like, and people of all people with all kinds of backgrounds. We had black speakers, we had Asian American speakers, we had Latina speakers. Gosh, I feel like we had the speakers represented, like, I don't know, it was just amazing. It was like a really cool, they did a really good job of finding a diverse bunch of people, like, who came from different kinds of families and could talk about growing up Christian, but, like, from outside, like, white Western Christianity, you know? So, anyways, it was amazing. I got to just, like, work backstage, and which meant everything from, like, getting the speakers water to stacking chairs to, like, you know, directing all of the conference attendees around. So it was really cool. The theme of the theme of the conference was why Christian. So everybody was trying to answer the question basically, like, in a time and place where so much of what we see, like, so much of what, like, pops up on our Facebook feeds and, like, what comes up in the news about Christians just makes you want to, like, give up and just throw up your hands and be like, no, that's not right. Like, in that space, why do we still call ourselves Christians? Why are we still a part of this faith? And so it was also amazing to just have all these speakers were just a group of ecumenical speakers from all different kinds of Christian traditions, everything from Catholicism to Baptist. Allison Robinson's a Baptist minister. Like, there were all kinds of people and all kinds of faith, and we were all trying to answer this question, like, why are we still here? And it was just really cool. And so that's going to probably influence the Trans and Christian video for this week, some of what I heard there. Anyway, so none of that is, you know, trans or transition related, but I just thought I'd let you guys know where I've been and what I've been up to. In terms of tea updates, what's even happening? Oh, I'm getting more facial hair. That's really cool. Like, I had to go to shaving twice a week, and now I'm probably going to have to go to 3 times a week because it's coming in on my chin. You can see all these little black hairs here now. You won't be able to see them, obviously, the camera. But anyway, so that's kind of cool. It's not to the point where I would actually, like, stop shaving and let it grow yet, because I would just look, you know, like I've got dirt on my face. So, but anyway, it's coming in, so that's cool. Other tea updates? Gosh, what else has been going on? Oh, here's one thing that I just wanted to mention briefly, and I might talk about in a blog post, when I have time someday to write more blog posts. But we had an interesting experience the other day where I got frustrated. I was talking to Ari, my girlfriend, and I got frustrated, and I said something about being frustrated and what I was frustrated about in, like, a loud voice, in, like, a yelling voice, which I don't, like, I'm kind of a quiet person. I don't really yell. And it wasn't, like, I wasn't yelling at her. I was just like, I was frustrated, and I was just like, this thing, and she had like kind of an anxiety reaction to that. And I mean, like, it's just unusual for me to get upset about things enough to like raise my voice, but what gave her this anxiety response was just I think maybe cisgendered guys don't realize that like a raised male voice immediately raises the blood pressure of like all non-cis dudes in the area, and even some cis guys, if you've had like experience with violence or that kind of thing. But like raised male voices just like put everybody on edge, I think, a lot of the time. I guess unless you're sort of used to that and you've maybe like learned to deal with it a little better. But I know that happens to me too. Like when I hear guys yelling in an angry voice, I immediately am just like stressed. Just like it doesn't matter if they're yelling at me or anything. So I was talking to Ari about it later and trying to like figure out, more of what was going on, and she was just like, yeah, it's weird. I have never, like, I totally think about you as a guy, but I have never experienced that maleness as at all threatening, but that sort of visceral reaction to like raised male voices, even though it's your voice, like that's stressful. It causes like a physical stress response. And so that was hard for me. I mean, like, I don't mean, like, let's make this about me. I mean, like, it was hard for her to have that response, and I absolutely, I'm sensitive to that, and I'm going to be more careful about not raising my voice, because I have to realize that, like, the things that I do, like, whether or not I'm yelling for a good reason or at somebody or whatever, it doesn't matter. I have to realize that my actions might cause those responses in other people, whether it's justified or not. And I don't want to create that response in people if I can help it. So I'm not going to do that anymore. Sorry, the light's getting kind of weird here. But for me, it was difficult because I definitely don't want to be seen as threatening, especially not to her. Or like, that was just, it was weird. I've never been a scary person. I've never been, yeah, so that kind of made me feel bad. I don't want to focus on the fact that it made me feel bad, because that's not the point. The point is that I think it's important for trans guys to realize that when we connect to our gender, our internal gender, our feelings of gender, or our feelings of masculinity or maleness, that we also have to be careful about how we project that in the world, and realize that, like, basically as soon as you start passing or being read as male, you can be threatening to people, and to be aware of that and to act accordingly. Even if we, like, I have that reaction about guys sometimes. So it's just like, it's one of those things. And maybe it's like a residual thing from growing up being taught how to be female, even though it didn't take, like, that like fear of like guys couldn't be dangerous maybe is what sticks around. I don't know if guys who have been raised as guys their whole life have that feeling, if they haven't experienced some kind of physical violence, maybe. But yeah, I guess we just have to be super aware of that, and be aware of how people can read us and take that seriously. So, anyways, thoughts this week. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to go because it's getting hot in here and I have to take my groceries inside. So, I hope you guys are all doing well. Squinting into the sun, sorry. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a good week, and I will see you back here on Wednesday for Trans Christian. Alright, guys. Peace.